Hi, welcome to the next video on SELinux. In this video, we are going to cover SELinux modes and booleans. So we will be talking about how to switch between the various SELinux modes and how to use the SELinux booleans to modify the SELinux policies. There are three SELinux modes available: enforcing, permissive, and disabled. In the enforcing mode, the SELinux actively enforces security policies and denies any unauthorized access. In permissive mode, SELinux does not enforce policies but logs policy violations. So this is mostly used for troubleshooting purposes. In the disabled mode, SELinux is completely turned off and no security policies are applied. We will use the setenforce command to switch between the permissive and enforcing modes. Now let us see practically how to switch between the various SELinux modes.
If you use getEnforce command, it will show you the current mode. So current is enforcing. If you want to change it, setEnforce is what you need to use. There are two values that you can read, 0 or 1. If you write here 1 and check using getEnforce, so 1 means that the policy is going to be enforcing. But if you use 0, then it is going to change to permissive. Let me change back to enforcing. Now you cannot use setenforce to disable SELinux. So that cannot be done at runtime. So to disable it, you have to edit the configuration file. So the configuration file is /etc/sysconfig/SELinux. So this is the configuration file. So you see here, SELinux is enforcing. You have to manually change it from enforcing to disabled, and then once you reboot, the SELinux will be disabled. Changing from active to disabled mode means either from permissive or enforcing to disabled mode, you will have to reboot the system.
Next, we will be talking about SELinux booleans. SELinux booleans are toggle options that allow the administrators to enable or disable the specific security rules without modifying SELinux policies. SELinux booleans, they allow to adjust the security policies dynamically. That is, instead of rewriting the policies, you can turn features on or off using booleans. Also, the changes made by the booleans are persistent across reboots. And we will be using the setsebool command to list, enable, disable, or modify the booleans. Now let us see how to use the SELinux booleans.
Now the SELinux policy can include conditional rules that are enabled or disabled based on the current values of a set of policy booleans. Now these policy booleans, they can be changed at runtime. Now to check the value of the booleans, the command is getsebool. If you write -a, it is going to list all the booleans along with the values. So on means that this particular boolean is on, and off means it is off. Let me give you a better example. So let's filter out a few of them. So let's suppose I want to filter out related to HTTPD. Still there's a long list. So let me focus on one of them. So HTTPD underscore enable. Okay. Now the first one, HTTPD enable CGI. So this is on. This means that the web server can run CGI scripts. Another one is HTTPD enable home dirs. This means that the web server cannot access the files within the user's home directory. But if you want to allow this, then so even if you change the context, still the web server will not be able to access the files within the user's home directory. So what I need to do is I need to change it to on if I want to allow the web server to be able to access the files within the user's home directory. if their context is the relevant context. So what I need to do is set SEBool, then what I want is httpd enable home dirs on invalid boolean. So what I have done is okay underscore. Okay, if I rerun the command, and now you can see that the value is changed, but this is a temporary change, it is not a permanent change, and it's not permissive. How to do it? I need to run this by using the minus capital P option, minus. So this is for making the change permissive. So I hope now that you are able to understand what is the importance of SELinux and how we can enable or disable the SELinux booleans.
In the next video, we will discuss a few practice questions based upon the concepts that we have discussed in this particular module.